Greetings, I am Mark Anthony Balangueras from BPED 3. In this video, I will discuss to you my training program for badminton. Here, you will know how this training program is beneficial for the athletes in a week training. And also, you will learn or know what is badminton. Let us now jump into the introduction. Badminton is an individual and dual sport that consumes the totality of an athlete's energy. Meaning, a sport badminton uses a massive or huge amount of energy from head to toe. We only see our favorite professional badminton players or some kind of ordinary athletes in a sport event when they are in action on the pitch. In those races to 21-point sets, because badminton has to be or has to get 21 points to win a set. They display efforts of superhuman speed and agility, showcasing their skills with the beautiful strokes here and an unstoppable smash there without knowing the efforts and difficulties that they suffered and endured during the training. This training program is dedicated to the athletes that will undergo in a competition which has scheduled a week after this training program is implemented. As I said earlier, this will help athletes to improve for a week. Yan. This training is not only concerned with all the superiority of human's body, but therefore include the development of personality and attitude of a player inside or outside the game. Thus, this program followed a process of systematic development of each component independent on the duration of preparation. Meaning, in this training program, we're not just going to give activities without any plan or without any purpose. We give activity for a particular purpose. And when we say process of systematic development, for example, in Monday, if you were going to improve this skill or the gripping skill, then you will just focus on developing it or improving it. And then afterwards, on Tuesday, you will be doing or focusing on another skills, and so on and so forth for the another day that will come, which leads to achieving maximum efficiency of a badminton player. Ayan. Specifically, this training program contains the following components, including physical component, technical component, tactical component, and psychological component. Each component differs in characteristics in terms of implementation, meaning each component has their own purpose. Each component has their own roles in developing an athlete or a student in terms of being sporty. Next, an athlete that undergoes with training is more compatible and competitive compared to those who were born with talent without having it enhanced or without enhancing it. Because talent is just talent. And talent will remain as talent but no competitiveness at all. But if a student has a goal or will to learn, then talent will set aside and your will or motivation will go up ahead and will beat those who were born with talent. However, the destination to the mastery of a particular skills in a said sport requires intensive effort and dedication with an equal importance and treatment to mentality, spirituality, socialization, and physical condition. Ayan. So, as I said earlier, this training program will be a systematic development, meaning there will be a huge gap to the destination or to the final purpose or outcome. You will have to go through a hardship before getting or gaining the prize or that outcome that you desire to have. And that desire, that outcome wouldn't just focus on our physical development. It also requires or it also deals with the mentality and spirituality, also as socialization ability of the athletes. So that this training program provides a lot of exercises and activities that cater both internal and external aspects of an athlete. This training must take seriously in order to give the expected benefits of an athlete's hardship. So as I said earlier, you will not just get what you want to. You have to go through hardship in order to succeed. Yan. Because in life, walang madali. Kailangan mong paghirapan. As I've mentioned earlier, there are 4 components in my training program. These are physical components, tactical components, technical components, and lastly, we have psychological components. The question is, what are these components? So what are inside these components? What is the purpose of having components or dividing the things or the activities in components? Now let us move on and let us answer those questions in our mind. These are what we call training matrix, and these are the components inside the training matrix. And so when we see physical components, this is generally focused on developing motor skills. So what are these motor skills that includes in physical components? So these are the ability to being flexible, like flexibility, the endurance, which is the cardiovascular exercise, and also includes drills that improves the so-called skill-related components. Ayan. Next, we have the technical components naman. In technical components, it focuses on acquiring sport skills through motor learning. So in technical components, here you will learn some basic skills of a particular sports, wherein in my sport or my chosen sport, which is badminton, meaning you will learn how to do such basic skills in badminton, like serving skills, gripping skills like that, and also learn what are the stance used in badminton, also the the footwork in badminton. Next, we have the tactical components. Tactical components, it is the development of different ways to conduct sport contests on purposeful basis. So technical component is the written strategy of what a coach do. Dito nakapaloob yung mga gagawin or mga nais gawin ng mga coaches or ng trainers in order to succeed in their training program. Kung paano nila i-implement yung isang bagay, kung paano nila magiging gagawing effective yung isang bagay. So doon dito nakalagay sa tactical components. Next, we have the psychological components. So in psychological components, it's focused on improving the athlete's personality. Ayan, in psychological component, it deals on developing and enhancing the personality of a student or for an athlete inside or outside the game. And they will learn how to cooperate and learn how important unity is in a sport. And through psychological components, they will be able to accept defeat without any hard feelings. Next, we will now discuss the contents of our training matrix. So in training matrix, we have here the 5 days. This is as I said earlier, I mentioned that this training program is intended for a week. Meaning in a week, there are 5 weekdays. Weekends is considered as a holiday for a training. So meaning in weekends, there is no training, and another meaning there will be only 5 days of training. Yan. For the first day, we have Monday. So in the first table, I have listed here the time or duration, yung oras kung kailan sila gagawa nito, kung kailan gagawa nito, kung gagawa nito. Ayan. So here in physical components, I've listed some of warm-up and stretching exercises that will improve the flexibility of athletes. Also in Monday, I also listed the cardiovascular exercises that will help the students or the athlete to improve their endurance, because in a game, sometimes it will be a most endurance or more amount of endurance won, because some sports can be last a little longer or more longer. Meaning, mas mayroong mga laro like badminton, it has 3 sets. Kaya kailangan mo ng malaking endurance para hindi ka agad pagod. Kasi kapag ganun na nga po, parang mas ganun talaga, mas matatalo kung sino man yung mas mabilis, mapagod, mawawalan siya ng energy, umapas ng shuttlecock. So that is what I mean. Next, we have now the technical components. Yes, so as I mentioned earlier, technical components, here you will learn some basic skills in badminton. So just like what my advisor said, in a sport training or in this training program, we have to start with the less hassle big skills or yung pinakamadaling skills, which is on Monday, I've chosen to teach my students into do gripping skills, to improve their gripping skills. So what is gripping skills? This is how an athlete or badminton player hold the rackets or the raqueta. So we have 2 types of gripping. We have the forehand grip and backhand grip. So in this day, I will make them, or I will help them improve or know the different types of holding the racket. Ayan, so take note that in every day, we have to focus on particular skills. Yan, because in improving skills, we have to take time. As I mentioned earlier, we have to go through a systematic development in order to make changes or make improvements. Because nothing will happen if you have just tried these skills and you will just go to another skills and so on and so forth. There will be no improvement that will happen. That what will just happen is just confusion for us students. Next, we have the tactical components. So, as I mentioned earlier, dito nakalagay kung ano yung mga gusto i-implement ng isang coach or ng trainer para maging successful yung isang training ng bata, makita natin yung improvement nila. So for my training program, I do prayer every after that training, and then of course there will be a punishment whenever those players are late. And so I also list down some of the terms that we'll be using for each skills. And then others, of course, to let them know we're going to have a short discussion of terms. And lastly, we have to give instruction and must attain goal to achieve for the day. Yeah. So take note, the goal in the training program must be SMART. What I mean with SMART? So SMART training program your goal must be specific, measurable, attainable, reliable, and timely or time-bound. What I mean with specific, ayan, our goal must be specific. In what way? Ayan, for example, today, sa Monday, the skills you have to learn is to master holding or gripping skills. Meaning, your specific goal must be mastering these two gripping skills. And what I mean with measurable, yan. Yung dapat goals nyo is measurable siya. Hindi siya yung dapat na napaka-impossible ma-attain sa isang araw. Next, we have attainable. Kaya dapat yung kayang-kaya mo naman gawin sa isang araw, di ba? Next, we have reliable. And lastly, timeliness. Next, we have the psychological component. So as I mentioned in my tactical components, yan, insight prayer could also help improving the personality of a athlete. It will also add the motivation for them to do their best. Next, we have the conditioning or orientation. Yan, we have to ask them to make them feel relieved, yan, before the training began. But next is conditioning and orientation. Yan, we have to make our athletes more relieved before sila sumapak sa isang training. And feedback. Ayan, kapag natapos na yung training, dapat ipaalam natin, lapitan natin sila kung saan pa yung dapat na i-improve nila. Kasi as a coach, here you have to be parent and child affection. Dapat may intindihan ng bata kung paano mo sinasabi isang bagay, kung bakit mo sinasabi isang bagay. Hindi, and you must also approach them in a kind way. Yung hindi sila masasaktan. You have to be more careful in their feelings para ma-maintain doon yung respect between parents and child relationship. Next, we have the friendly match. Yan, every training we will have a friendly match. Yan, in order to make or create bond with each other and to improve the competitiveness of a athlete. Ayan, we have here also the intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Yan, this is very important in a father and a parents and child relationship. Next, we have also discipline. So this whole day you have to maintain discipline. You have to test their discipline, and you have to improve the discipline aspect of the athletes. So para sa mga susunod na araw is magkaroon na sila ng tiyaga, magkaroon na sila ng will in learning the skills or the coming skills, the other skills for badminton. Next, we have Tuesday. So in my training program for time duration and tactical components, they are just the same. Also with psychological components. Yan. Ang pinagkaiba lang po nila is yung sa physical components and technical components. But okay, take note, in Tuesday to Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there will be drills. There will be drills. I add drills for those days. And while on the Monday and Friday, I take out or I eliminate drills because as I said earlier, Monday you should lessen the activity they have to do. And because just Monday they have to adjust first before going through a hard training. Ayan, so in Tuesday I added drills. So these are the drills which develops the agility, speed, coordination, and force abilities of a athlete. While on the technical components naman, ilagay ko dito kung mga, di ba katatapos lang nga natin, patutunan yung mga paghawak or gripping skills. And in Tuesday naman, we're going to learn, I will let's learn the footwork skills in badminton. So, what is the importance of footwork skills yan? Syempre, in a badminton field, you have to master the footwork skills in order for you to move around your base, your side, without any hesitation. You will master all the destination, all the types of footwork skills, and you will master, or there will be no doubt that you can save the shuttlecock kahit pa saan pa yun pumunta. Ayan. Next, in tactical components, it's just the same with Monday. The difference, just the terms to use. Yan. Sulong, sakit. Bante, kambal. So these are the unique names that I think will be more useful for my athletes to remember when I said these words during that training. And din ito mas ma-attain yung kung paano ba yung ganito, kung ganyan, diba? Mas ma-filter sa kanilang utak, mag-stay sa kanilang utak. Ayan, ganun po sa psychological components. Sa pinagkaiba nga lang po, sa Monday, they have to maintain discipline. They have to master discipline. Yan, they have to implement discipline. While on Tuesday, they have to do or to maintain cooperation between father and the athletes, or the parents or the child relationship. Next, we have Wednesday. Ayan, so just like the previous day, which is my Tuesday, they have the same physical component, they have the same tactical components and psychological components. Yeah. So let's move on to technical components. In technical components, in Wednesday, we will learn, or I will make the athletes learn how to serve, or I will let them know what are the types of serving. Ayan, so meaning we are going to discuss different kinds of learning or serving skills. Ayan naman, so the difference in tactical components, once again, is the terms to be used. And kung sa Lunes at Martes is meron silang dapat na i-improve, or dapat mayroon silang goal to improve, which is discipline, and the other one on Tuesday is cooperation. Now in Wednesday, we have to do consistency. Ayan, dapat yung consistency ng isang player throughout the game will be more 100% mastered, complete. Next day, we have Thursdays. Yan, so they are also the same with physical components. Ayan, so let's move on to technical components. Yan, I want the athletes to learn the stance now in Thursday. Yan, stance. So we have the attacking stance, defensive stance, and stance. Now, tactical components naman, of course, they are also differ in term to use. Now, let's move on to psychological components. Ayan, so in Thursday naman, we are going to make the athletes learn the concentration. Ayan, concentration on the game. Yan, so regardless of distraction from the environment. And lastly, now we have the Friday. Ayan, so in a Friday, we're going to have a more lilo or more easy, because this is the last day. We have to do conditioning. We have to rest the body or the physical body of the athletes. Meaning, in physical components, I erase or I take out the endurance skills or endurance exercise and the drill exercises. But I only change the drill exercises, which I make it more easier. Ayan, so in drill exercises, it focus more on the hands. Wherein in badminton, it hands or the limbs, upper limbs of a human body was mostly use. Let's now move on to technical components. In technical components, we are going to teach the students on how to do stroking skills. Yan kung paano tirahin ba yung ating shuttlecock ng malupitan, di ba po? Ayan po. Next naman tayo sa tactical components. Just like the other days, the previous days, it also differs in terms to use. Yan, each stroking skills has a words or mayroon siyang nakakibat na words para mas madali itong maintindihan. Ayan, so lastly naman, in psychological components, in Friday, we have to maintain or concentrate our goal in developing the personality of a player. Ayan, so in psychological components, as I've defined earlier, psychological component is a development of the personality, where on the last thing we will going to test the improvement and the development of a student's personality through open forum. Yan, from I also put here that from 9 to 9:30 to 10, there will be an open forum in order to have a feedback and create bond between parents and child relationship, and to more, diba? Para mas paigtingin pa natin at magkaroon pa ng chemistry or like father and son affection, mother and daughter affection, parents or child affection. Ayan, kasi iba yung nagagawa nung malapit kayo sa isa't isa nung training mo. No, mas naiintindihan nyo yung isa't isa. So that would be all. Thank you everyone. I hope you've learned something from this video and find this video interesting. Thank you, God bless, and always keep safe.